This Uber driver had been pulled over for speeding, and it was evident that there was a little bit of a language barrier between the police officer and the Uber driver. But today was their lucky day because the passenger was a translator. So obviously he let the police officer know.
I can translate.
And the police officer was over the moon.
Excellent, that would be good. Yeah.
So after the police officer had told the driver what he'd done wrong, it was the translator's time to shine.
You can translate if you want. Yeah. Hey, bye. Hey. Too fast.
And in my opinion, he translated it perfectly.
Nah, but this is so funny, man. Bro, translated, bro. And I tell him the same shit. He's just so hell in English. Come on, man.
3, 2, 1.
It's your boy Vic here, man. I'm back with another video. I hope everyone doing good today. I hope you ate good and I hope you slept good, man. But yeah, another Aussie content. And you already know who, man. My boy, York Hunt. I know what that means too. I do. But yeah, man, I'm reacting to Police by my boy, York Hunt, man. I don't want to waste no time talking. I will get right into this video. But first thing first, show your boy some love. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, help grow the channel, y'all. Please, 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 man. Let's get into this video. Let's go.
Yeah, some days I feel unfazed, like when I'm with my friends with a cut raise. Monday, I got a gun raised, suicidal, do or die until hump day.
Oh, damn.
Right back at it like an automatic, more drinks, more songs, more beats, too bad. Feeling the shrink, I'm going, more time keeps passing, no watch, no thoughts at all, just a hat, new era. Got my P's and O's, old, need the feelings with my orange and black to feel home. From Citizen Bank back to Camden Yards, it's a tale of two cities, and trust we go hard, yes we go hard, you said we go hard, I said we go hard. Rockin' my Bob Cousy, stocking up on the loose, if the lyrics come easy, but the life is a doozy, and yes I'm choosy, and no I won't settle, but I still take pop off over that kettle, cause I'm talking bigger picture, and yes I'm gonna hit you with the...
This dude, bro.
Police. What would we do without them?
A lot.
Crime, probably. Being a police officer is just one of those jobs that everyone who isn't a police officer thinks, thank God that's not me. All over the world, on a daily basis, police officers have to put up with all sorts of bullshit. And while they do manage to dish out a fair bit of it themselves, I'm sure that we've all seen enough evidence on the news and social media that this job isn't for the faint-hearted. But you see, Australian police officers have it a little bit different to the rest of the world. First off, our tight gun laws mean that they're a lot less likely to get shot on the job, and unlike any other police force in the entire world, they have to deal with the Australian public. Combine that with the fact that these guys are also Australians, which means when they're not on the clock,
And no way that's
that
real.
with the fact that these guys are
There's no way that's real, bro. There's no way a cop is dressed like that, bro, in Australia, bro. The hell? I've never seen that shit here, bro. Never. Oh my god, that's funny.
Australians, which means when they're not on the clock, most of them are just as big of a degenerate as the rest of us. This makes for some otherworldly shenanigans. Anyway, before I get arrested for supplying you guys with commercial quantities of waffle, it's time for me to shut up. Because in today's video, not only will we be going through the most important aspects of being a police officer in Australia, but we'll also be going through some of the greatest police moments in Australian history. But before we get into any of that, make sure to hit that subscribe button and help me get to 100,000 subscribers. And if you don't, I'll have you arrested. Anyway, let's get into it. So let's start off with what is quite possibly the most important part of being a police officer, the police car. These days, the police cars are quite boring. They're usually things like the Ford Ranger, Volkswagen Passat, or these BMWs. But you see, it wasn't always that way. Back in the day, the police used to be given cars like the Holden SS Commodore, the XR6 Turbo, the VL Turbo, and how could I forget the almighty AU Falcon.
Falcon.
And while these cars were good at fighting crime, when the police were done with them and they were sold dirt cheap at the auctions, they were even better at committing them. You see, these cars were usually fitted out with upgraded brakes, an LSD, and a V8 or turbocharged engine. Now back in the day, this ex-police yellow VL Turbo would sell for about $1,000, which meant that they were usually snapped up for dirt cheap and hammered until one day the owner spun out and wrapped it around a tree during a police chase. Which means that there was probably a few occasions where police officers were chasing down cars that they were driving on the job just a few months ago in a high-speed chase. But unfortunately for us, those days are over. These VL Commodores used to be $1,000, but now they're worth $100,000. And these ex-cop AU Falcons used to be around $500.
No way.
Now they're well over $1,000. Anyway, that's enough of me whinging about everything being too expensive. Although they may not be as exciting as the police cars of the past, these modern-day police cars are perfectly suited to the modern-day police activities. These include things like going to McDonald's where they get 50% off their order, getting T-boned by idiots who can't see the flashing lights or hear the sirens, and most importantly, picking up youth criminals and delivering them to the courthouse just for them to get let out on bail. You see, these days in Australia, everything is either too expensive or illegal, which means the youth of Australia have to find something else to do in their pastime. And this usually includes things such as theft and violence. You see, for some reason, these youth offenders are just getting let out on bail like it's nothing. Like this 14-year-old who has almost 400 charges and yet again got let out on bail. So this means that these kids are getting arrested by the police, getting let back out on the streets on bail, and then just getting arrested once again, and the cycle repeats itself. Now obviously this is no fun for the people who are getting their cars stolen and homes invaded, but the police are probably sick of it too by now. No wonder no one wants to be a police officer anymore. But by far the best part about being a police officer in Australia is that you can pretty much get away with anything, even murder.
Yeah?
Okay, maybe not. Anyway, now that we've covered the basics of being a police officer in Australia, which includes flogging the police cars, the 50% discount on all Macca's orders, fighting with junkies, and of course arresting and re-arresting the same little shits over and over again, it's time to get into some of the greatest police moments in Australian history. Now first up, we're going to start with the classic. In January of 2023, this lady was caught driving around with no number plates. Now, if you're going to drive around with...
Wait, what? Wait, 9? Or what?
This lady was caught driving around with no number plates. Now obviously, if you're going to drive around with no number plates, it's best to take the back streets and do it at night. Now after she got pulled over, she added fuel to the fire by arguing with the police officer, refusing to comply with his directions and claiming that she was travelling, not driving. Now after a little bit of back and forth,
You guys don't even know what yous are on about.
this police officer came to the conclusion that she is an idiot. But what you may not know is that this lady actually had 2 warrants out for her arrest, so she needed to be arrested. But due to the fact that she'd locked herself in and refused to get out, the only option left was to smash the
Oh my God.
Now after a quick bit...
Are you allowed to? What? Are you allowed to do that, bro? That's crazy, bro. What the
get out, the only option left was to smash the
Oh my God, bro.
Now after a quick bit of yapping from the hero in the passenger seat,
You're a freak.
Bro.
Man,
Are you allowed to, though?
the driver was finally placed under arrest. Anyway, next up we have another classic, and that is the stoned police officer.
This guy, I've
During
seen
a traffic
that.
stop, this driver notices that this police officer shows a few symptoms that indicate he's been spending a bit too much time in
On
the evidence
ganja.
room. So naturally, he decides to pop the question.
Are you hot? Are you still
The
out?
officer's response just doesn't help his case.
Driver's license that you own.
You see, this video goes for roughly 5 minutes, and throughout the whole video, the police officer can't seem to wipe this little smirk off his face. And I'll be honest, I have no idea whether this cop was actually stoned or not, but I don't remember hearing him deny it in the video. The second best part about this video has to be...
I don't remember hearing him deny it. So, hey, it was true. He was stoned, high, everything, man. I don't remember hearing it.
minutes, and throughout the whole video, the police officer can't seem to wipe this little smirk off his face. And I'll be honest, I have no idea whether this cop was actually stoned or not, but I don't remember hearing him deny it in the video. The second best part about this video has to be when the driver turns the camera around.
Everybody was
and reveals
high.
that everyone else in the van looks just as stoned as the cop. Now this next one is from much more recent times. This Uber driver had been pulled over for speeding, and it was evident that there was a little bit of a language barrier between the police officer and the Uber driver. But today was their lucky day because the passenger was a translator. So obviously he let the police officer know,
I can translate.
and the police officer was over the moon.
Excellent, that would be good.
Yeah.
So after the police officer had told the driver what he'd done wrong, it was the translator's time to shine.
You can translate if you want.
Yeah. Hey, bar. Hey. Too fast.
And in my opinion, he translated it perfectly.
Nah, bro, this is so funny, man. Bro, translated, bro. And I tell him the same shit. He's just so him in English. Bro, this guy is funny.
Translator's time to shine.
You can translate if you want.
Yeah. Hey, bar.
Too fast.
Too fast.
Too fast.
In my opinion, he translated it perfectly. But for some reason, the police officer didn't appreciate his efforts.
You don't speak.
And after dishing out a brutal champing,
That's excellent. You're a real champ.
he was told to shut up. Next up, we have another one from recent times. You may not be able to see him, but there is a man in the back of this divvy van. Now, despite being arrested for having an outstanding warrant and, I quote, stealing, this upstanding citizen wasn't going to go down without a fight. But unbeknownst to Robin Hood, who steals from others to
Robin
give
Hood.
to himself, neither was this police officer. Now, this interaction is quite funny, so I'll let the clip play, but I'll add some subtitles since you can't hear fucking anything.
Dog bark. Yeah, woofy woof.
Now, the final insult hurled at this
Fuck
police officer was the classic, "Why don't you get a real job?" which she quickly rebutted with, leaving him speechless.
That's cold.
Anyway, before we
That's
get into our
cold.
last one, we've got a few honourable mentions to get through. First up, of course, it wouldn't be a Yorak Hunt video if we didn't mention
seen that
Just
one.
Waiting for a Mate.
Just Waiting for a
And
Mate.
Of course, got the K9 unit, merry-go-round at the airport, Eshe Cop, Detective Dive Bomb, and of course, Democracy Manifest.
Get your hand off my penis!
But of course, we have one more honourable mention, and that is the Slide Cop from the land of the free and the home of the brave. Anyway.
Bro, that's funny. There's no way. There's no way, bro. There's no way that's possible. There's no way.
Hand off my penis!
But of course, we have one more
Oh my God.
honourable mention, and that is the Slide Cop
Oh
from the
my
land
God.
of the free
Oh,
and the
oh
home
my
of the
God.
brave.
Oh.
Anyway, I of course have saved the best till last. This police officer was giving out an interview when all of a sudden this sharply dressed man holding a bottle of what I can only assume is kombucha started to yell obscenities. And this one once again is just too funny, so I'll let the clip play.
Yeah, can you move? Guys?
What? 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 Bro, what?
Acting like a naughty toddler, he was marched into the police station.
What?
Where I assumed due to the
Where is freedom of speech? Bro, where is freedom of speech, bro? Freedom of speech?
Yeah, can you move?
What? Pull your beard.
Guys.
What? You a what? What?
After grabbing him like a naughty toddler, he was marched into the police station.
What?
Assumed due to the fact that he's not a minor and didn't steal anyone's car or commit a home invasion, he was sentenced to life in prison. Anyway, at the end of the day, there's good police officers and there's bad police officers. And while a lot of them can be complete and utter, 90% of them are nice and are just doing their job. So if you ever get in trouble for something that isn't murder, just play stupid, be nice, and you may even get let off. And on that educational note, it's time to end. If you enjoyed this video,
That's crazy,
make sure to
bro.
like,
I am still
subscribe,
shocked over that.
comment, and share if you'd like to hear more teachings from the Prophet of your account. And if you enjoyed this video so much that you watched it all the way till the end, make sure to comment
That's
to
crazy,
let me know.
That's crazy, bro. He did not commit any crime, bro. Like, I mean, nothing at all, bro. He didn't hit nobody. He didn't touch anybody. He didn't do nothing. As long as you're not touching anybody, as long as you're not hitting anybody, you can say whatever you want to whoever you want, wherever you want, whenever you want, bro. Come on, bro. That's not fair at all, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. It's your boy Vic here. Stay safe out there. Drink water. Eat healthy. But mind your business, man. Don't forget, though, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, help grow the channel, y'all. Please, 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 man. Help a brother out. Stay safe. I love y'all. Boom. Let's go.